So today we're going to talk about why lawyers buy so many billboards and what that means for your assets. If lawyers are spending literally hundreds of millions of dollars to get in front of you before something goes wrong, that should tell you something. Today I want to explain why lawyers buy so many billboards and why that's your cue to plan before you ever need one. This discussion, by the way, is based on an article that I recently read that I think it was Adam Rosen who said, "Why lawyers buy so many billboards, the art and science behind attorney advertising." I'm not here to critique the lawyers. I want to explain why this trend tells us and how it should change how you think about asset protection. So let's start with the data, because this isn't a hunch, this is measurable. Attorneys spend $541 million a year on billboards and outdoor ads. That's, by the way, and this was a study that was done in 2025, so that we're going to use 2024 numbers. And we're going to compare it to earlier. That's, by the way, it was $70 million more than in 2023. It was nearly $200 million more than in 2022. The largest PI firm in the country reportedly spends over $350 million a year on marketing alone. Now let's just do some facts. There are about 1.3 million practicing attorneys in the US. So that's roughly one lawyer for every 260 Americans. That's not branding for fun, that's competition. One attorney in the article summed it up bluntly: if you do not advertise, you will get eaten. And that line matters. We live online. Digital marketing is massive, over $400 billion globally. Yet billboards haven't gone away for these folks. Why? Because they reach everyone, not a niche audience. They hit people before they need a lawyer. That's why billboards matter. But they also plant the seed. Give you an example. On my way home, I live in Las Vegas, I counted over 27 lawyer billboards, all promising me wins, life-changing money, all sorts of nonsense. But what it does is it plants the seed there. Maybe I am just one lawsuit away from financial freedom. Why work when we could do this? But if one is good, one lawsuit will do it. What about 2 or 3? Or maybe I should just start looking for opportunities to sue. If you don't believe this is the case, check out my recent video. I had a defense attorney on where they were talking about an $80 Costco parking lot tap. 2 cars hit, and it became a $3 million lawsuit. Hey, this stuff is happening. You can either stick your head in the sand or deal with it. And here's where it becomes relevant to you. According to a 2025 LexisNexis analysis of over 73,000 federal cases, do you want to guess what the average jury verdict was? Just think about this. In 2024, it was $16.2 million average jury verdict. In 2022, it was $9.2 million. That's almost doubling in 2 years, and it's going up. Total plaintiff damages across the entire system is over $10 billion per year. It's rising steadily. But there's also these things called litigation financing. There's hedge funds backing lawsuits like investments. This is not emotional. It's economic. And when money flows into a system, behavior follows. So here's the key point I want you to hear. Lawyers advertise because lawsuits are profitable. That doesn't mean that lawsuits are bad. It means they're aggressively pursued. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you have assets and no plan, you are the product. Most people think asset protection is about hiding money. It's not. It's about reducing your profile as an easy target, making you as small as possible. So let's connect the dots. You're way more visible than you think, right? Public records will show you what properties you own, what businesses you own, what vehicles you own, your court filings, even like things like your professional licenses. Plaintiff attorneys and their investigators know exactly where to look. So if your rentals are in your personal name, your business is sloppy, your insurance is thin, your assets are all in one place, you don't look protected. You look collectible. Billboard lawyers aren't waiting for perfect cases. They cast these huge nets. They're very wide. They screen aggressively. They push claims forward fast, and they let insurers and defendants sort it out, which means more claims that will reach your doorstep, even weak ones. So asset protection isn't about winning the lawsuit. It's about making the lawsuit go away early or avoiding it completely. Insurance isn't just necessary. It's not sufficient. Insurance is your first line of defense, not your last. Problems always happen when coverages are low, umbrella policies are missing, exclusions apply, then carriers reserve their rights, the claims that they make exceed policy limits. And once insurance is exhausted, your assets are next. And that's when entity structuring really matters. Asset protection has one ironclad rule. You must plan before the claim exists. Once there's an accident, a demand letter, a lawsuit is threatened, your options collapse fast. Transfers can be unwound, trust can fail, LLCs won't save you if they're done yesterday. That's why Billboard lawyers succeed. Most people plan after they need help, not before. And here's what this Billboard trend should prompt you to do. Separate your personal assets from your business assets, from your rental assets, from your investments. Use proper entities, not just do-it-yourself paperwork. Maintain clean books and formalities. Carry adequate insurance. Plus, make sure you have a structure. Avoid owning high-risk assets personally. Reduce your public visibility where legally possible. Plan while everything is calm, and then asset protection works best when it's boring. This isn't anti-lawyer. Let me be clear. This is not, hey, I hate lawyers. I am a lawyer. Lawyers serve a real role, but the system's incentives matter. So when advertising spends explode, verdicts get huge. They're big right now. When investors are funding lawsuits, when there's massive competition, then you should assume a few things. Claims will be faster, they'll be more frequent, they'll be more aggressive, and you need to plan accordingly. If you're seeing lawyer billboards everywhere, that's not noise, it's a signal. It's the market telling you your risk is rising, stakes are higher, planning matters more than ever. The best asset protection strategy is the one that you'll never need to explain to a judge, because the case never gets that far. It either never happens because they can't see what you have, or it gets settled out quickly because they immediately say, oh, there's enough insurance and we don't have anything else we can go after other than this one thing. So what should you do? Number one, reach out and talk to an expert to identify your risks and how to protect it. Number two, educate yourself. Make sure that you know what those risks are and what the planning options are. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to place a link into the show notes where you can get a no-cost consultation with an expert to determine whether you have risk and how to address it. And number two, I'm inviting you to subscribe to this channel. It's YouTube. It's absolutely free, where you can get more content and help make yourself even more educated so you can make informed decisions. If you've ever been targeted by a lawsuit, please share it down below in the comments. If you've ever had to go through this, people need to hear your story. So please put it in the comments below. And if you're willing to share it, you don't have to put your personal information and things like that, but let people know this is what happened to you, because it's going to allow them to make better decisions going forward. So at least they can learn from what was perhaps was your mistake. Or maybe you did really, really well and you can say, this is what worked for me. Thanks, guys. See you next time.